Ladies and gentlemen, you would think that Trump would have this labyrinth, this Byzantine labyrinth of financial entanglements, kind of like Clinton and the DNC or Biden and Hunter, with millions to hundreds of millions of dollars in obvious graft and bribery schemes. That Chuck Grassley and Jim Jordan, who will be the next speaker, takes a couple more tries, but he'll be the next. Even McCarthy says he's going to be the next speaker. So I've been right for the past couple of months. I said McCarthy is eventually going to give way to Jim Jordan. But anyway, that's happening. All of these indictments are complete nonsense. We know this because the special counsel just now hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, about a couple of hours ago, pulled a demand over pro-Trump fundraising. So a withdrawn subpoena could mean Smith is scaling back inquiry into fundraising, or he has nothing on Trump. If Trump was actually guilty of the things that he was accused of doing, there would be a money trail. Again, hit subscribe to this channel. If you want to read my writing on The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. To my super thanks, thank you to the Patreon. Thank you so very much. And I will start November definitely doing live streams all the time. And I'm reaching out to a number of really, really wonderful people for some awesome interviews. 2024, hopefully we'll see the channel once I ramp things up, go to 300,000 subscribers. But you know what? For the people here and who've been here for so long, I thank you and I love you and I appreciate your support. We're going to read this, but the bird's eye view, the aggregate viewpoint that you should be aware of or that you should understand, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's accused of crimes. The indictments should entail a labyrinth, a maze, a puzzle of all different types of fundraising schemes. They can't find any. The fundraising schemes are on the Democratic Party side. We can look right here. Politico, right here. Hillary Clinton's secret takeover of the DNC. You want to talk about fundraising that leads to FEC violations and criminal behavior? The Steele dossier, the Clinton campaign and the Democratic Party were both fined by the FEC for purchasing the Steele dossier. Trump was not. But here, I think that Hillary Clinton is going to be the 24 nominee for the Democratic Party. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think that's going to take place. DNC sought to hide details of Clinton funding deal. Politico, Clinton fundraising agreement leaves little for state parties. Where is that one? So then you have expert Clinton joint fundraising effort falls into a gray area. Yeah, it's likely illegal. In fact, the purchase of the Steele dossier that's why they were fined. But anyway, going back here, you can read the Washington Post, ladies and gentlemen. Special Counsel Jack Smith has withdrawn a subpoena seeking records about fundraising by the political committee Save America. Okay, they raised hundreds of thousands of dollars since 2016. Over $600,000 to $700,000 in 2016, and you can look. I will look at the Open Secrets profile. In 2018, for the midterms, it was something like $600,000 to $700,000. You mean to tell me they can't find any effort, any criminal behavior in terms of a type of laundering or a type of shady dealing regarding Trump's fundraising? How about not only can they not find anything, this undermines their entire case against Trump for trying to overthrow or form a rebellion or all these things that they're accusing him of, which are really stupid because they're either going to get overturned by the Supreme Court, so he'll get convicted likely in New York, and he'll get convicted in D.C., and once, hopefully, he regains the Oval Office, they'll all be thrown out because they're totally political in nature. They just want retribution. You think this is about the rule of law? as they actively suppress discussion of crimes that Democrats have committed. Okay, obvious bribery and graft and pay-to-play schemes. I mean, Bill and Hillary we've seen for decades with their foundation, but not just that. People are giving money to Democrats, to Hunter, to Joe, not because of their expertise. Joe isn't an expert on anything. Okay, mashed potato brains doesn't really have an expertise other than, being a human being that people can vote for, opposing Trump. But they're giving money to Joe and Hunter and other Democrats because you look at the history of Tammany Hall, it's a 21st century Tammany Hall. They're giving money for favors. People give money for access. It's called bribery and graft. They're giving money because politics is like capitalism to Democrats. Capitalism to you and me, to any American, is build, a business, a YouTube channel, a bakery, whatever, a restaurant, dry cleaners, whatever, any, car dealership, whatever you could think of. The Apprentice, casinos with Trump, real estate. But capitalism to Democrats is, okay, let's enrich ourselves through politics. Then they say, well, Kushner made money. Yeah, his family was worth $1 billion plus before he even entered politics. Joe Biden and Hunter and everyone around them were not millionaires before they entered politics. They became millionaires after he was vice president. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe when he was boasting about withholding $1 billion that had something to do with it and forcing out a prosecutor, which is so obvious that he did that because Hunter was getting paid. It's like pretty obvious. But do not believe your lying eyes with Democrats. It's always some kind of convoluted story that Trump was a part of if they can't find any money trail. So here, there should have been a money trail if he was so guilty of all these things. Save America was still working to gather all the records sought. Okay, so the federal indictment of Trump filed in August, which charged him with 4 counts related to obstruction, does not refer specifically to Save America. Want to know why? Because the PAC did not commit a crime, which is very interesting because the money that Democrats utilize did lead to FEC fines. We can look, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see the Save America PAC right here. $760,000 in 2022 to Republicans. So, I'm sorry. That was a cycle 2016. Sorry. So that was 2016. And in 2018, if I'm reading this right, 760,000 also in 2018. And then, no, I might be reading this wrong, but one of these years it was $760,000. So that they raised a lot of money. From 2019 to 2020, not that much, but you would think that Trump would have some problem associated with all that money raised. Okay, so here, let's see. Okay, if I'm reading this, wow, so it says right here, $121 million in 2022. So total raised, total spent in 2022. That's for the midterms, fine. 31 million in 2020. So 31 million in 2020. Anyway, you can go to Open Secrets. I apologize if I'm not reading it correctly, but the point still, I made the point. They have hundreds of thousands of dollars that they've raised and millions upon millions of dollars depending on the year. You think that maybe Trump had some kind of, shady, corrupt, criminal activity associated with this money? No. They can't find anything. That's why they withdrew demand for records from this political action committee linked to Trump. Big problem for Democrats. Give me your thoughts below. 2018. Let's see, spending 2018. Anyway, you can look at it. But there's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Can't find anything with Trump. Big problem for the special counsel. Give me your thoughts. Thank you. Hit subscribe.